Well, it is Wednesday. Hello, everybody. It is 12 o'clock here, 3 Eastern. Hope my peeps over the pond are doing well. They had a good day. I'm so excited. I wasn't expecting on going on at all today, but I had a wonderful surprise. I didn't think my deck was going to come in until, another week or so. But I was so pleasantly surprised that it came today. Hi, Jackie. Oh, so I am trying to, now this is bizarre. I am trying to pull up the item that I ordered off of my phone, and I'm typing in the name of it. And for some reason, Etsy is refusing to acknowledge what I put in. So I don't know if maybe I bought the last one. I did order this last month early on, and I haven't even opened it yet. Look at that bubble wrap. It's like Michelin tire of bubble wrap. So very, very cool. So I wanted to, hi, Fatima. How are you, my dear? Hope you're staying warm out there. Right here we've got about, it's a little chilly, beautiful, kind of like fog. It's a very coastal Pacific Northwest kind of day. And we have, I think, a high of about 45 or so. But I hope y'all are staying warm. I've been seeing pictures and videos from everybody back east showing the snow. And at some point, we're supposed to get it. But so, yes, I ordered back in November. And for some reason, it's not pulling up on my Etsy on my phone. It's even not even acknowledging um, the order, though I do have two Etsy accounts. So, but which is weird how they're not, connected. But anywho, just going through the regular Etsy store itself, I'm putting in the name of the deck, and it's weird. It's still not coming up. But maybe y'all will be able to find it. So it snowed and now it's raining. Yeah, we got a little bit of that mist going on here too. So this is a very cool, unique Lenormand. I am very, very finicky about my Lenormands. Oh God, look at my hair. So what? Who cares? Just be you, boo, today. So again, another quick sip to everybody. We try to save money and keep the heat off as much as possible because it's not super cold, but it can be back here. So I have my trusty cutter here. And so, let's pop into this. And I know Jax will be here if she can. These are cool. Oh gosh. I didn't realize really how big they were. Oh, unless that's the box that they come in. Oh, so they are called the Shadow Knight Raven Lenormand. And ooh, boo! Hey, but hi. Oh, girl. Wait till you see these. Oh my God. They look even more amazing in person. So I wonder why they have one sealed in a bag. Maybe it's an extra. But and it's definitely adult proof. We don't have to worry about kids, but it is adult proof. So, but at least it's well packaged. Check it out. Oh, looky. So there we go. The Shadow Knight Raven Lenormand. Oh, these are definitely going to be something I work with the Morgan. Oh, it's kind of hard to see, but again, that beautiful gold foil, that stamping. The lettering is a little small, but it says here, Dream. Now see if I can get that a little bit closer to the video so y'all can see that. And it says Dream. Oof. So, and it's a nice linen. It's bendy. I don't want to bend too much. Of course, definitely you don't riffle shuffle Lenormands. Well, at least with this one you won't. but I got hexagonal tiles from Jackie. Now I got some hexagonal Lenormand. So let's open these babies and see the rest of them. Oh my goodness. Oh, I know who else is going to want to see these two. Maybe Allison. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, oh, look at this box. Box. See, I waited till I got on live with you guys to do this. I gotta be very careful so that I don't damage the box. Or Heather slices her hand open. That would not be good either. So let's see, can I poke that small hole in there? And so how are you, Fatima? Besides the cold snow, I hope you and Odelia and John are having a wonderful day and a good start to your week so far. Hey, Beth. Oh, girl. If I can get these open. I'm trying to be careful so I don't damage the box. Oh, but check this out, Beth. A little taste to tantalize. Look at the backs. Look at the backs, girl. Check this out. Oh, these are Lenormands. Oh, ho, ho, ho. So I'm trying to get into the box. There we go. I mean, this is just absolutely beautiful. Oh my goodness. Shadow Night Raven. Okay, so here's the box. Get some of that glare off of there. I don't know if I can change the setting. That might take off. Not really. So here's the box. Look at that. Oh, it is just, yeah. Trying to avoid all that cheap shit that sometimes gets pushed into the market. This is the front. There's a little bit of Japanese on here or Asian. I don't mind. This came shipped from Montreal. See the raven there. It's John's birthday today. Happy birthday, Jonathan. And that's the back. It's from the Go-Go Studio. Hey, I like the Go-Go's. The Go-Go Studio. So yeah, special thanks to Yimi. So, oh my goodness. So, alrighty, it's called the Shadow Night Raven, Lenormand. Yes, and Beth, I tried pulling it up on my phone, on my Etsy. I have 2 Etsy accounts. It shouldn't matter which one I use, but it wouldn't pull itself up. So there's going to be probably some, even Magus might like this, or Ben. So it comes out, you pull on this little, and it pops it out. Beautiful box. Oh my gosh, this is like velvet. It's like that velvet covered paper box. And the backs, it feels that like that soft pedal. My God. I hope these aren't extremely manga, but let's take a look here. And those are the backs. Look at the tiny little booklet. How cute. And of course, I don't read Japanese or Chinese. So it's just a tiny little book, just giving the basics about each one. Hi, we are Erdog Culture Limited Studio. Thank you very much for your encouragement and support. We can produce this work. I think everyone has a bottleneck and a slump in their life. This is interesting. The creation stage of the set of cards is actually in this period. It's been on and off for a year and a half. So they've been working at this. So the rest is in Chinese or Japanese. I'm not sure. Magus, I just mentioned you. I think this is going to be a deck that you might like. I didn't realize that it's going to be kind of a manga deck. It's a Lenormand, but it's so cool. So I think it can even win me over. So again, I don't know how to. I'm glad they do some English because I cannot read that. Magus, look at this box. Look at this. Look at this beautiful box. This black in here is like a velvet. Beautiful. And this is, it's called the Shadow Knight Raven. There's the top of the box. And I guess look at the cards. I haven't even unwrapped. It's like double wrapped. So that's the backs of them. And there's the one they did this one separate. It's called Dream. So dream a little dream. So I know, oh, I just wish all my cameras, it might be with just the lighting. So, but yeah, the print's a little hard to see. I don't know why that camera doesn't want to focus better. And so let's get into, oh, now I got to be careful cutting this open. It is very well packaged. Very well packaged. I don't know if you have this deck, Magus, but let's take a look. And Maruta is here. Hello, Maruta. So beautiful, beautiful. I'm just trying very careful not to try to not damage the cards. Trying to get into, I mean, it's very well sealed. Like I said, it's adult proof. Oh, my nose is a little runny. It's just cool here today. So, oh, come on now. It's like being a kid on Christmas morning and you can't get into the Christmas gift wrapping. I'm thinking Bobby might like that deck. Oh, he might. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, it is in style. Oh, but this is so cool, y'all. This is so cool. So it is linen, I believe. I see the texture on the card is linen. It is, not too thick, not too thin. I don't want to bend these. But here we have, let's see, be careful here. The rider. Again, it's kind of small. But let's see. Oh, this is interesting. The clover. Woohoo. And the writing is small. The ship. This has a very Disney, almost kind of dark wood by, the Sasha Graham deck with that Larson, the artist, did. So, it's a little slippery. So let me see if I can do this a little bit better this way so you can see the image. Man, I wish y'all could see the, hey, Roman, hurry up, lady, anticipation. So there is the ship. Just wish you could see the images better. We have the house. Oops, trying to. New laptop, y'all. So there's the house. Ooh, we have, house is the tree. Okay, you can see bits and trees. It's abstract, but I just love them. Well, I'm an abstract artist anyway, so you can, see the crow. It's on a tree, and here's the treetop itself, and there we go. So I think this could lend to even some intuitive readings as well. The clouds. So it's kind of hard to see on the video, but there are the clouds, the dark reds and stuff. Those are the clouds. Ooh, the snake. Ooh, and that raven's grabbing that snake. There we go. Lunchtime, y'all. Oops. How do I do this? There we go again. Nah, there we go. Coffin. Ooh. Candles and tombstones. And wow. I am very finicky about my Lenormand. There's not a lot on the market that I like, that I'm drawn to. Bouquet. Two ravens watching over the bouquet. Like I said, the writing is very small, but I'll get to the prose and Here's the scythe. Ooh, and the scythe, if you can see it, it's like a crow eye with a wing attached to it. I know, girl, but then when I get too close to the camera, it glares a little bit more. Let's see. See, the writing is very, very small. Maybe if I direct my light more that way, that might be a little better. Here we go. So that's the scythe. Hi, Miss Nancy. They're a little too busy for me, but they're pretty though. Yes, I absolutely love them. It's very different. It's very unique. Again, like I said, it's kind of hard to see but with it a little extra busy, it gives me more things to look at, kind of like my art cards. That is the whip. Ooh. Birds, of course. We got the ravens. You can see he's wearing his little gold jacket. So we have that. I just wish you guys could. Whoop! Wow, that was a real glare. Woof! I'm back. I got Bubs home and my other gig disappeared because of tech. I know, isn't that cool? And these are the backs. Look at that. Just wow. So this will go nice with my Crow Tarot. And if I ever get the Morrigan Oracle, I'm still not sure if I resonate with that deck. Here is the child. So here we see some of the mangas coming in. There's the child. Very, very cool. Like I said, I wish the print was a little bit bigger. Coyote. Girl. Allison, wait till you see the backs of these cards. This is the Raven Knight. There's no Shadow Knight Raven Lenormand deck. And it's, manga based, which is usually not Heather's style of art, but I am loving this. And Allison, look at the backs. Look at that crow skull. Is that not cool? Look at that. So we have the bear. And again, the artwork is illustrative, kind of like a Disney manga type of style. And yes, they are very busy, but there is so much to take in, especially in person. Lottie B! Girl, that rendition, that last one, I can't think of the name of the song. It was from that movie, The Snowman. Beautiful, Lottie. Again, everybody, if you are not familiar with Lottie or her channel, she is a classically trained professional pianist. Pianist. Ooh, I hit my thing in here. Hold on a second. Let me get back to comments. And she does these beautiful renditions on her channel. Absolutely beautiful. And she's got a couple Christmas ones up now. There's the star. I know it's kind of hard to see, but there are ravens on the inside. It's just some of the values are a little close to each other. So, even I kind of have to do this a little bit, but still, there are ravens on it. So, walking in the air. Yes. We have the stork. We have the dog. Well, that's an interesting take on a dog. But okay. Dog with a little bit of attitude. Kind of the way my dog Lilo used to look at me sometimes. We have the tower. And you can see there's the ravens too in there. These cards are what I expected and not what I expected. And there goes Jax putting in the links. Thank you, girl. And this is the garden. The font is like this big. When I go to do a review, if I do, I'm going to mention that the font needs to be bigger. But there is, and you can see the raven wings. Here is mountain. I can really respect how the design that went into these and how everything was just laid down symmetrically, how again, the numbers and the letters I wish were bigger, but I can work around that. And there is that one. Again, so this is the crossroads. And we have mice. No, it's a cute mouse. We have the heart, which is submerged. Okay, so the heart is submerged. I wish the crows were a little more defined because they blend. I mean, they blend beautifully with the dark and all, but then you kind of lose their shape. But here's the heart. It looks like almost like a bottle. So it's like the raven's got their wings around it and grasping onto the bottle, the heart bottle. And you got some roses. Ah, you found the deck. Thank you. On my phone, I couldn't bring it up. And my iPad's charging. This is the ring. And of course, Heather has to do this. So, yes, the two ravens curled, right up next to each other on that ring. So, I will say that my one, con is that more of the image and less of the design and everything is beautiful, the borders, but more focus enlargement on the actual image, so that you can appreciate too all the work that they did. Here's the book and the raven sitting between the book or the books. Oh, the shop is closed at the moment. Oh, I's lucky. I got whoop, this might be one of a kind. Who knows for me? Well, for a lot of people, whoever got the deck, here is the letter. Silly dogs, ghosts, yes. Jax has got some cute fur babies, little chihuahuas. So there is the letter. Small font, guys, small font. Oh, the man wearing a raven headgear. Very, very cool. Now, if the others could stand out like the faces, that would be great. Here is the woman. This kind of reminds me if anyone's ever played the Elder Scrolls, when they did the Oblivion edition to the game, and they added the Golden Saints. Reminds me a little bit of their headgear. We have the lilies. So now I would have made, well, you can see the raven very clearly on the lilies. I wish they would have made the backgrounds just a little darker to make them stand out more. But again, absolutely beautiful. Ooh, here's the sun. Beautiful, beautiful. And it's got almost like that dial in it too, for the compass. And we have the moon. Again, kind of hard to see the raven, but still beautiful, beautiful. Yes, Mistress. That game had so much reading. I consider it homework. Yeah, any of the Elder Scrolls with all the, immersive and reading the stories and the scrolls and everything. It was a lot. So we have the key. Again, when they add that gold on there, kind of makes it hard to see the ravens. Oh, I wish they didn't do that. Well, you can see the raven feathers. So it's basically the ring, the wings, and then the ravens in the back. And it almost looks like it makes a face here too, doesn't it? Like a skull. That's kind of cool too. The fish. Very pretty. Pets are life. Yes, they are. Even when they wake you up at insanely hours of the morning, yowling because They just want you up. They don't want you sleeping. And then the minute you get up and you give them a little bit of attention, they turn around and they go right back to sleep, and then you're up for the rest of the day. There's the anchor, the cross. Bye, Beth. Thanks for popping in, my dear. I'm sorry you're in a lot of pain, sweetheart. Aw. Well, thank you for popping in, and everybody send Beth some warm, loving, healing energy her way. So no, I haven't figured that out yet. It's going to be very carefully because I have a couple different decks now. I don't have square ones. But I do have oblong ones too. It takes practice. I got to go slow. Let's see, cross. There's the cross. And we have, so we have another one. We have another boy, this time with dark hair. We got the girl with the dark hair, the dark raven hair and wings. What is that on her nose? Oh, it's interesting. They put like a little attachment that goes to her nose, but not with his. That's interesting. Ooh, so the raven gets his own card, but then again, you can't really see its face because it's against the dark red. But still, it's beautiful. I love it. Oh, I can't wait to use these, y'all. The candle. And these will go very well with the Darkwood Tarot. I'm waiting to see if that goes on sale on Etsy. And so now here, get this. They have included blank ones for you to attach an image to and write to add your own additional images to them. Some decks will add, like the Marchetti, they added dice and they added a wishing well. So they give you options. And like with my Witch Lenormand, they, had egg and they had a treasure chest. So, what? That's asking for a taco on it. I don't think so. I'm sorry, girl. I can't go for that. Oh, no can do. No, I can't go for that. Tacos belong in our tummies, not on our Lenormand cards. So that is very cool. Maybe finding a sticker or something, because stickers are very popular and some very cool stickers that are out there. And again, for those who came in, beautiful, beautiful box. The inside here is lined with a black velvet. It's a beautiful satin cord. The box itself is matte. I mean, like a matte soft petal. The front of the box. Oh my goodness. Just it's beautiful. It's just so well done. If only the letters weren't so small and the images were a little easier to see. So we'll have to figure out what we're going to do with these ones. Very, very cool. So let's see how they shuffle. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Alrighty, so actually, they're very nice. It's a matte finish. Some of them will turn a little bit, but you know what? No trouble at all. They fit right into my hand. Wow, look at that. Well, like I said, it'll take some getting used to, but here, let me fix that. Okay. So, wow. They are a little slippery, not too much. I like that they don't stick. And so let's see. We get boy. We get bouquet. Is somebody going to get a bouquet of flowers today from a sweetie? along with I got the rider along with a message. So I don't know, that's kind of cute. A little story so far for from the cards. A boy giving or receiving a beautiful bouquet of flowers, because boys can get flowers too. And possibly a message. And hopefully it's a good message. It's one of love. Let's see what the next one would be. Dog, yes. A letter, some flowers showing their loyalty, friendship, and trust. Oh, I like these, y'all. Again, it's going to take a little while. I just love the backs the most of all. Um, it. I was going to use these to communicate with. I can still use these with my Crow Tarot, with working with the Morgan. Again, this will go really nicely with. These will pair nicely with several other, like my Mysticaya Moon Oracle deck, not Oracle Tarot deck. I can see these working very well with my Fyodor Pavlov, I think personally, because of the design and the linear work, the illustrative work that's in here. And I keep thinking these go very well with that dark wood. Most definitely. So if anybody, I have plenty of time, if anybody would like a mini reading with the brand new Raven Knight, Shadow Knight Raven. And again, the book is very tiny, but you know, you don't need a lot of paper. It's just the basic information. Again, very small font. That's the only, just a couple of little cons that I have is that I wish the crows, the ravens could be more prolific in the deck, a lot more focus, and that the image was a little bit better, a little bit bigger, excuse me, and the font. To me, I think really most of all, it's just the font is very small, but otherwise, these are extremely well made. 333. Jackie, of course, Jackie's, but yeah, there's the little tiny book. And so if you have a hard time reading, make sure you get your glasses out. And it'll be interesting to see too some additional words to these cards that other people don't. So let's also use the book. So yep, they have commander of cards that can be handed over to give it meaning. So let's see what they said about the number of cards and how to use them. The basic version usually uses 36. Among them, 30 to 70 are complex interpersonal relationships. 39-4 is a commemorative card, which can be handed over to a fortune teller to give it meaning. Fortune teller. You got to remember, this is being translated. But there was another card. I think I already added it to here, I believe. It came separate, and it said dream on it. So I believe I have that one here already in the mix. Yes, I do. It can also be used without putting it in the card. Does not affect divination results. If you are used to divination with other systems, so we provide 4 blank frame cards. It can be used by do-it-yourself. So there we go. So I'm going to keep this little book out and see some of the meanings they attach. I really need to start working on a project where I make a list of all the different decks and cards I had and do all the different and additional insights and make like a bibliography out of it, so that when I do readings, I can also maybe get some different insights, more layered readings. So making sure I didn't miss anybody else. Miss Jackie. Miss Jackie, did you have a specific questions? Let's see. Just making sure I didn't miss anybody. And Jax, of course. Make a wish, 333. You can do me last too. Well, girl, I only have a couple requests, so we'll see. Um, I do like that Marchetti deck and how they add the dice. I might do something like that. General reading for January. There we go, girl. All right. Let's see what we get. Okay. January for the tower. Oh, I love these. I just got a deck called Angel Signs from Metaphorical. Oh, that's very cool. Okay, so I'm going to do, seeing that it's a monthly forecast. I'm going to see an underlying energy. Okay. So let's take a look, Jackie. So for forecast for January, I've got the moon. And the moon is that card. With Lenormand, it was associated with kind of like being in the spotlight, like the star card. This is you shining your light, and shining and sharing your light. The moon, of course, again, intuition, and with this being a raven deck, connecting to the moon cycles, the mysteries, the magic, that's associated with ravens and also with the moon. We're going to take a quick look here and see what they else add in this particular book. Let's see. So let's get to the moon and see what they say. And again, to Jackie, moon cards connecting and working with the cycles of the moon as well. So 32. Let's just see what they add. So this is about our creativity, dreaming, of course, with the moon. This is all about, again, our feelings, emotions, of course, with the moon. We're talking about the emotions, working with the shadow. Ooh, and it says here also, in their book, seduction and romance. So that's the first one we have. Now, the next one, I really not going to have to look it up in the book. You got the snake card, and the snake is about being aware or wary of individuals. Yeah, people in your life that they're venomous. The way they speak, the way they slither around. Oh, speaking, bad words. There's something else I'm looking with the snake. I mean, snakes. Yeah, shakes. Wow, snakes shed their skin. Um, so beware too of people and places or things or energy, that once a skin is shed, kind of like, to me, it feels like a false mask being removed and then seeing somebody for who they truly are. I still want to see what they said though. But for me, snake is to watch somebody. They're deceitful, they're sneaky, talking smack. It's also, they have here, I like this, hypocrisy. I like how they added that in there. Arrogance, betrayal. So, and yes, I like that word, red flags. So, tapping into this moon energy, Jackie, you start really working in with that, because as we move into January, that'll be kind of like your way of being able to detect those red flags, paying attention to people in your circle, whether here, on the in social media, here in YouTube, people in your life, work, family, friends, the whole, when you really start tapping into that moon energy and your psychic abilities, and you start trusting those feelings that you get, especially with the snake being red flags, start listening to those. Your next card is the Tower, and the Tower is typically representative of places of education, of power, like government. It could also represent unnecessarily putting ourselves in a tower and isolating ourselves. So, what I'm kind of sort of seeing is the feeling of feeling like you might have to isolate from certain people, from certain places, not going to places where you know that the energy doesn't feel right. The Tower can also, again, with the snake and with the moon, places of the Tower, places of learning. Again, towers, especially in this day and age, I think a lot too, we have classrooms on our computers. So places like Zooms, places that hold back stages where we go to learn and stuff. Um, being, just aware, not shutting down and not, engaging with people, but being aware of those feelings of, falsehood and those red flags moving forward. But let's take a look at what they add to the Tower. I like some of the additional words that they're adding. So, what can we relate to again? Let's see. Basically, investment, organization, security, a strong relationship. Towers are about structure too. And with the snake being there, it could maybe represent that not having a tower moment, but just making sure that your foundations are still structurally sound by keeping an eye on those individuals that are around you. Um, so, what else do they say that I can break through? Again, that breakthrough can also be with through education, through learning. Again, connecting with the moon. I feel a lot of this has to do with spiritual learning, Jackie. I know you're coming new into the community again, and welcome. Looking forward to having you join me. But really, kind of finding your place, being sure that energetically wise, you know where your energy is and where the next person starts, because sometimes with the moon we feel so much emotion, we feel so connected and empathic to others that sometimes we lose our energy in others, and we have a hard time kind of separating what is ours and what is theirs. So yeah, your next card is the Letter. How interesting. So this is all about, again, like the writer, this is about communication. This can come in the form of an actual old-fashioned, handwritten letter. This could become through email, a text, a messenger. So information coming through. And also have the Man card. So this could very well be a gentleman that is coming into your circle in January, and looking at the other cards. Now, I'm not going to say he's the one, but with Lenormand, you kind of lay them in rows, and he kind of he fell actually under the snake. So I don't know necessarily, this could be possibly a gentleman. And typically, with gender, but with Lenormand, I like to stick with that actual person being that gender. And this gentleman is looking at the raven. And I'm going to look up raven because usually it's birds in the Lenormand deck, unless they added, well, let's see, they didn't add a number to this one. So the raven is a bird, and we know that the raven is about messages, omens. Yeah, they left the raven out of this. Come on, there's supposed to be a birds card, unless we already did the birds. So how interesting. They left. I wonder why they did that. So, well, the ravens are birds, so we're going to look at the birds anyway. So birds basically are talkative. here. Oh, they mentioned telemarketing, gossip. So for me, I'm looking at the gossip, the friction, phone calls and things. And of course, you got the letter messages coming through. So with the raven, though, the ravens have to do again with, magic, mystery. Um, they are deeply connected with the shadow self, the work. Ravens are excellent to help us navigate the subconscious when we go, and do like shamanic journeys, or we go through deep meditations and we take that trip to the underworld to learn about. And when I say underworld, people know here basically that we are not talking about going into Hades, but the underworld where, we can go and step into other worlds, and discover animal totems, spirit guides, messages that we need. So for me, the ravens, and again too connected with the Morgan, they are, scavengers. They eat the dead, so they're connected with death. They are connected with rebirth. Um, and with me, them being connected to the Morgan, and the Morgan being one of tapping into your own power, tapping into your own magic, very potent magic, protective magic. Um, and with this man looking at the raven, um, just be just be slightly, I don't say wary, but just be, I'm looking at that you'll be more open to being able to detect those red flags, being able to detect when somebody's energy is off. Um, and this man could possibly be someone that could be a teacher or a mentor that helps you develop that or helps you connect into that. Your underlying energy, though, I looked at the bottom of the deck. I got the tree, and the tree is about health, about our ancestry, getting grounded, being connected and rooted. Um, Again, it's about that stability, kind of similar to the house, but really just digging our roots in. And I'm wondering if this man could possibly also well be an ancestor, a spirit guide, or somebody that's going to help you work and connect to your ancestry, to this tree. Um, some people use the tree as the tree of life, like in the Marchetti. He shows the tree of life through the Kabbalah, and how they have all the different levels and different chakras and things connected to our bodies. So this is to me very much about tapping into that power and getting rooted into that. And could very well, this gentleman could be again a way shower, a supporter. Um, but again, just being wary of the snakes slithering around, again, the false, because whether we like to admit it or not, there is ego, unfortunately, in spirituality. And I have seen it over the years through different circles where some people believe so deeply in their spiritual beliefs that there's no room for discussion or any other form of, learning from one another. There's like, it almost kind of like, I use the word gatekeeping a little bit, but sometimes there can be a sense of toxic positivity, or an imbalance in how to perceive one spiritual path, and being able to sit there and hold space to hear others share theirs. So with that all being said, and stepping down, you'll know. I really feel like you will know as you move forward into this education with the tower and learning more about yourself through educational means, whatever business dealings, relationships, that this information, this letter will come. And this letter, yeah, this could be maybe an acceptance or an invitation by a male to develop more of that raven, that power energy, that mystery school, so to speak, and help you. And maybe even looking, Jackie, into your history, into your ancestry, and maybe finding people okay, so Jackie, really quick, what popped into my head, perhaps tapping into your ancestry as you're starting to develop and work with your abilities and your channel, um, you are going to um, find possibly connections to ancestors that might have had particular spiritual beliefs or practices. They could be have been a bruja. They could have been possibly done hoodoo, voodoo, Wicca, witchcraft, whatever different cultural aspects that we find in our ancestry. When I had mine done, I had absolutely no idea, and most of my family, that we had all these other ancestries. So it's amazing how when we tap into our ancestry, our DNA, and we start learning about our ancestors, it kind of reflects more and shows who we've become over, all these years, through generations to who we've become. So that's what I have for you, Jackie. And it is Allison, but the addition of the raven is something that they added. I didn't see it mentioned in the book, but all others are here. We do have the birds in here. We have all the basics are in here. Um, Now, like Marchetti's deck, he had a basic male female energy card just for the gender itself, and then they had one where it was more of a softer, more romantic, more empathic kind of like man and woman card. But typically, this is all traditional Lenormand because it's the night raven. They threw a raven card in here, and then they gave you a few other blank ones for you to add any other symbols that you wanted. So, bye, Lottie. Thank you, my dear. Um, Let's see. Hey, Miss Moonlight. Definitely wear the helmet. Protection is very important. Yes, trusting my intuition. All righty. So, and Miss Moonlight, I got in my Shadow Knight Raven, Lenormand. It is a hexagonal deck. These are the backs. They got gold stamping on them. Again, a little hard to see the ravens, but the design and everything is beautiful. Font is very small. They need to improve on that if they reissue these cards at any point. But I love them. I absolutely love them. And yeah, that's what I have. You know what? I'm going to, Jackie, before I get to Jack's, and if anybody else would like a reading with these, please let me know. And if you have a specific question, please ask. But Jackie, I'm just going to shuffle to see this male energy. Okay, and that flipped on me. You got the lilies. So this male feels energy is going to feel more is more positive. The lilies are about authenticity, purity, chastity, good morals. And so to me, that's a very positive card in this male card, for the male card that you got. And again, it may be somebody who has a strong masculine energy or connection to them. It may not necessarily be a gender of a male, but for me, when I do certain readings when I do have male and female, I'll ask my decks to be that gender specific so that it makes it easier for us to kind of look at the rest of the readings. So, but really quick, the lily. Let's see what they said about the lily. Oh, tiny little book. Good thing I don't have really big fingers or hands. So it's fine. So calm, protective, a counselor. They added that in there. Someone who's mature. Now this is different, older. So these are different interpretations from people when they create the decks. But so this is very interesting for them. They're adding winter, and you asked about January. So there's the winter, but I like that kind, mature, could possibly be, I won't say older. I don't see how lilies can be of age. But yes, calm. It's a peaceful time. Again, in traditional, it represents also chastity too. And chastity not just being, purity of for marriage, kind of like chastity, but just having that sense of um, moral, well upbringing, chastity, like pure of thought, having love in your heart, that kind of thing. Older woman is traditional meaning. So in my Ciro Marchetti deck, they did not state that. So thank you, Miss Moonlight. Thank you for that. I love that. See, this is why I like having these conversations with people in chat when they share, because we learn from others. Alrighty, so Jax, I'm going to take a quick sip, and if anybody wants one as well, let me know. Make sure the hands are clean because I don't want to get anything on my cards. Oh, you're welcome, Jackie. And Jackie, I like to do a backstage with on StreamYard to talk about our shows. I have some ideas. So, mango unicorn. Anything specific? Hello, Irene. Yeah, I got one of my new decks came in. Ones that it's taken a while to order are slowly kind of coming in. Good thing for now because I got to get an oil change in a week or so. And this time I prepared the Ford dealership, say, listen, I just moved from the East Coast. I know y'all aren't used to rust in a vehicle, so don't freak out. Starting a new chapter. Alrighty. Jax is starting a new chapter in her life. Just go. Girl. Who's this girl? Getting a clarification, my dear. Bye, Maruta. Thanks for popping in, my dear. Okay, grab my pendulum. Because I got a question for one of these cards. Ding dong. Oh. No, I wasn't. This girl. Sorry, y'all. We just got ding dong on our doorbell. This girl. Does this represent the Jax? Okay. So, Jax, I got a girl card for you. And I wanted to see, because I'm looking at the cards around here, trying to figure out what was what. So, alrighty, girl. So you got the rider, and the rider is a bringer of messages. And next to the rider, we've got the fox. And we know the fox is about cunning. He can be a trickster. The fox in the hen house, so to speak. I'm going to open the book, but I'm just going to read these right across. So we have that. But also with this fox, I want us to look at it too as a way of when it comes to camouflage. So they're good at camouflaging. So in the positive aspects, this can be camouflaging. So we can take a kind of look at our surroundings and see what's going on, that we stay, hidden, kind of protected, and are able to get a sense of, what is going on around us. Now, in a possibly, I don't want to say negative, but in another, well, it could be considered. So anyway, we can also see this, sorry, as someone who is camouflaging, themselves, kind of again like the mask, kind of camouflaging and hiding, kind of almost that sense of waiting, waiting for the right moment. So this rider, this messenger, this is either going to be an actual person coming to alert you about this individual, and or they're coming to let you know that this time of being able to camouflage and take a step back and kind of look and gather at what's going on. Again, I will pull the book though. I always think of Fen in the house. Yep. And so you got the girl, and now the girl is facing the whip card in this layout. And when I asked my pendulum, because we know of two people currently in your life right now that this could reflect, and I wanted to, just for myself, I wanted, a third opinion with the pendulum, but I'm getting the girl. And with the girl comes the moon. And again, moon can also be about shadows, looking into the shadows, the moonlight shining light into shadowy places. So, maybe this is where this little fox is hiding out in the shadows, or this fox like energy, because, foxes are so darn cute. But again, there's some sort of possible trickery or planning or kind of scheming like going on. And with the moon kind of hiding in the shadows and utilizing this moonlight to kind of shine into those areas. I asked for another card, and I got the stork. And the storks are birds that repeat patterns. So the storks are about fertility, yes, but they always come back to the same home to roost. So they are very predictable. They have a set pattern. They have a cycle about them. So yes, the storks can represent fertility and a coming home. In this instances, I'm looking at that this is someone with this pattern. And the girl, okay, so the card that the girl's looking at, the other one, is the whip. And the whip is about abuse. It's about, kind of like the cross card, about suffering, but this is about, cruelty, um, just downright nastiness. I'm going to pull, the book, and we'll take a look at, but, and then this one here, with the whip, yeah, right on track. Yeah. It's like how much trying to pick at words, but I really don't need to, to go into much of that. But you already know this to be expected. And let's see, what would just be the next card? I got the clouds. So the clouds is about confusion, kind of being distorting truth. Typically, some decks will have clouds with a bright side and of a darker side. This one does not. So right now with the clouds, a sense of clouding one's judgment, clouding, causing confusion, uncertainty. So we'll stop there with her, with that card. But I want to look at the fox really quick to see what addition. But like you said, it's the reading basically reads itself. Interesting double dealing. It's interesting they added prudence to this. But yes, deceit, and thank you, grace. Foxes can have grace. But here in connection with the other cards, we have cunning, double dealing, hiding, deceit, underground dealing. And get this, Jax, this is going to blow your mind because we know of what you've talked about this girl Astra's health, right? And with with the other woman, get this, misdiagnosis. Let that sink in. So for now, I mean, I know you've got this. It's just maybe the cards just want to remind you that you know, just to, it's not over yet, but you're getting there. But knowing is, when they say about winning the battle is, having enough knowledge to be able to do that. And that rider, that messenger coming in, this could be spirit, or this could be somebody coming through agency, through email, phone call, or something might be reaching out in regards to this individual. So it doesn't necessarily mean that, I mean, it's going to probably carry on with her for a bit, like you were telling me. But at the point is, for me, it just looks like what she does isn't going to change for the time being. But this messenger is just saying, heads up, this is going to may be it for a while. But again, also looking at that moon and looking at that stork, that can be you too, girl. Just because you're tapped in, your intuition, you're not afraid to look into the dark places because you've been there yourself. You're not afraid to do what needs to be done. And that type of pattern, that coming again and being there, creating that nest, that safe space also for her, that can be interpreted through this as well. So that's what I have for you, my dear. Alrighty, I have got to, ma'am, you don't know half of her life. Yeah. So this messenger is coming into messages. It could very well be someone saying, hey, heads up, this is, she's trying to do this, or this is, you know what I mean? So, new chapter focusing on medical. Yep. But can you believe it? Misdiagnosis. Oh, thank you, Irene. I appreciate that, sweetheart. I stand with truth and empathy. Let's see. Let me get up, and I see Allison had a comment too, but let's see. Mangled Unicorn is a great name. Yeah, isn't it? Jax is like, I'm magical, but I got a bit of bait up in the shedding. Oh, girl. Let's see. Yes, I have my game face on because opponent is straight up cray. Alrighty. So Maruta said goodbye, and then she's got protection now. Don't try me. So let's see. Allison said, see, I just learned something because I thought the whip was about arguments and disagreements. Yeah, so let's take a look at the whip. It is. It's in the reading, it is, inflicting pain, on another. So let's see, with the whip, let's just take a double look at that, see what they added to that, because I was going to look at that. Tiny little book. Controversy, interesting. Fight, violence. Oh, wow, accusation also, Jax. Okay, a whip for fitness? Crack that whip. No. Dancing? Yeah, I don't know where they're getting dancing. Except unless they're dancing to the Devo song from the 80s. Let's see. Now, here's a new word, a coercion, but yeah, abuse, stick, belt, purge. Yeah, it's abuse in a nutshell. But yeah, that girl's lucky to got you. Let's see. You really always go deep. Thank you, Irene. The whip always means there's a fine line between pleasure and pain. That too. Fitting this piece of pie in my mouth. Okay, enjoy. So, if anybody else would like one, little mini ring from my beautiful new deck, please let me know. Um, I am very curious what showed up at our door because I didn't order anything. I accomplished my mission. Connect by experiencing it. Check that box. Sure, Irene. All righty. Since you're asking, I did. And also, if you go on Pinterest, Labyrinthos has these great, I mean, they're long, but they have these great sheets for, because they do their own Lenormand deck as well. And it's by Tina Gone, but she's Labyrinthos. Um, and she will take the first card. So let's say the first card that you got was lilies. So she would start with the lilies and then she would put, and she do pairs and they list pairs. So if you got, let's say, a lilies with a dog, it would go across and tell you what the possible connections with lily and dog. And she has that for every single card, which is a lot because there's 36 cards, but it's also a very interesting way of making connections as well and studying because I don't know, I can't remember all that information. So, you got the doggy. Listen to me, the doggy. Oh, and you got the dream card. That's an additional card. Oh, Irene. Just out of curiosity, what color was Johanna's hair? No, well, I don't think it's going. Okay, you're going to love this, Irene. So, okay, you got lilies. Okay, again about the beauty of love, chastity, purity, youthful. To me, it also represents youthfulness as well. Now, with the Marchetti, something that came to mind is that the artist created a bouquet of lilies. Half of them were, still curled up within themselves, and the other ones were fully blossomed. Um, so one of them was part stained glass, and so it was kind of like that energy of being trapped in time or sealed up in time. But you did get the lilies, dark, almost black. So you got the dog card. So to me, these are lilies coming in. These are flowers. This is I can just looking at this, and it's message from spirit. You got the dog, the loyalty, the love, the bond, the friendships, the friendship, um, and also you embracing those in your circle, despite what you're going through right now. To to trust in those that you do have people that are on your side that you know are there to help you, but also remembering to have that loyalty and trust and belief in yourself as well. Looks like Tara for real. Tara, I'm not sure Tara. So your next card, honey, is the sun card, and the sun is about the shining the light. Again, also um, embracing the light, embracing the sun, kind of like with the tarot, that beautiful sense of success, blessings being, bestowed, um, feeling the warmth coming from who? Well, we'll get there. You also got the dream card, which she added. So again, not to give up on your dreams, still hold those hopes, um, kind of like the star card, holding on to those goals, having dreams. Um, Things will get better, but also paying attention to your dreams. I feel like there are messages coming to you in your dream. And it was so funny because I asked you what color Johanna's hair was, and you basically gave me this color. I decided to look at the bottom of the deck, and this came out. And look at, they're both looking at each other. So, Irene, she's there. She's facing you. She's with you. Those moments where, it gets to be too much. Just know she's there helping you, guiding you along the way. You may feel the warmth from her when she's around, a certain type of warmth. That beautiful, again, with the dog. And I know you love your dogs as well. And I'm sure this represents, fur babies that, have crossed in the path as well, in the past as well. But here it's that beautiful sense of loyalty, love, that beautiful bond, and also having faith and trust in yourself too, my dear. But yeah, when the lilies are being handed and delivered, for me too, that feels like a gift coming through from spirit. So it looks like her. Aw. So yeah, I still can't figure out why they put that thing on her face and on her nose. That doesn't make sense to me. But and I want to see what the next card was going to be, Raven. And again, the Raven is about the other side, the mysteries, like the crow, death, rebirth, um, that bravery, that strength, um, acknowledging that dark side, those shadows, but taking strength from those and being able to heal within that. So to me, you have like the dark and the light, the sun, the balance, and she's there with you. So that's what I have for you, Irene. These cards, illustrations. Yeah, they're a little manga, um, but not to the point where I can relate to them. You know, um, yeah, I mean, I'm starting to like the dark wood. So these are definitely going to be. If you go to my channel page, Johanna is a completely by accident. You can't see her on the mobile version. Oh wow, I will definitely go to your channel. I didn't realize you had pictures of her there. So, oh, your dog Tara. Okay, is she in spirit too, or do you have her, hon? Let's see. Miss Moonlight. Heather, have you ever used patience cards? Oh, excuse me. I bet you would like them. Kind of like Lenormand. I just got some from the Ukraine. Oh, I'll have to check those out and see what those look like. And I just met women, one woman um, at the Artemisia Institute, where I'm going to be having that art show, and where I took the astrology and the folk alchemy workshop last month. The co-owner, her name is Anya, and her son Misha. They're refugees. They live here now in Ashland. And when we had the workshop, she even slaughtered one of her animals to be able to provide food for all of us. They made us, a Ukraine dinner, lunch with soup and things and stuff. And so, yeah, it's interesting. Ukraine's been coming around me a lot lately, and one of the women associated too with the stores from Russia. And so you have Ukraine, Russia, and it's just beautiful how they both get along because unfortunately, um, according to the one lady, that some neighbors weren't happy when she came because of the conflicts with Ukraine and Russia. And so, but for the most part, those were just a few in between. But most people have been very welcoming to her here. Tara's with me. She's 2 years old. So you have your puppy dog with you too. I had a Polish friend, and man, she could cook. Yeah, I mean, some of us started going, "No, you didn't kill him," and she's like, and she went, "Stop." She goes, "That is what they're here for." She goes, "I raised them with love, and then they give over for me so I can feed me and I can feed you." So it was, yeah, Yeah, very, very humbling. So I made sure, before or as I ate my food that day, I gave that lamb, my love and gratitude for feeding me that day. My grandparents are from Ukraine and Lithuania. Wow. And I still have that beautiful deck too that you got me. I pull it out when I actually that deck would probably go really nicely with these. Um, she went back to Poland because she had to work too hard for too little. She was a really hard worker. Unfortunately, in a lot of countries, that's it. They pay you very little. They run you to the ground, and yeah. So I'm hoping she's doing much better in her country. So, well, thank you everybody for joining me and celebrating my new deck. And I don't know what this delivery was, unless it's, maybe a belated birthday gift from somebody. But you never know. Maybe later tonight I'll be popping on again, maybe with another. I don't know. So I'm going to have to go and find out. So you're welcome, Jax. And to end the show, whoop, let's just pull a couple for everybody. Sorry, typing. Oh, yeah. Just really quick. What is the three? So send off everybody on the ship, sailing towards your dreams, your goals, your destinies. Embrace that moon. Embrace the shadow self of ours. Embrace the healing that we get from that. Embrace the divine feminine, maybe in her dark aspect at this time of year. And when you do, you'll be getting messages coming through from her. So that's what I have. And thank you again, everybody. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. It's a beautiful thing to always give thanks anytime. Yes. A lot of people, the energy just kind of, they just kind of like, oh, you did for, so, but she was like, no, 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 in her head. And let me tell you, oh, she made honey cake. That was delicious. So I had also a beautiful slice of traditional Ukraine honey cake and nettle soup. That was very good as well. Except I didn't want there was something she put into it, something like a sauerkraut, or was that with the lamb stew? But I was just like, no, 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 that's okay. But the nettle soup was delicious. Oh my goodness. So I hope you. Oh, see, I'm not big on different kind of meats. I stick to kind of like, my hamburger and my chicken, of course, we get turkey here and there and maybe a slice of ham. And I got kind of watch the bacon. The bacon's kind of full of grease, but um oh, thanks, Allison. It is a beautiful. I mean, I love the backs. I wish the Ravens could have been pronounced like that more on the card item, but it is what it is, and I love it. Oh, borscht is beet soup. Ah, got it, got it, got it. Awesome. So I'm excited. I'm going to see what was dropped off to the house. So everybody have a great rest of your day. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will be back um, Friday for my show, Friday night show, unless of course again something unexpectedly got delivered to me. So you never know. And oh, hello, Judith. I hope you got to catch some of that. Thanks for popping in, my dear. Good to see you. And we will talk to everybody again later. Bye. And yes, Miss Moonlight, I am. I'm starting to settle in. Yes.